What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Decoded. Today is Monday, September 23rd, 2024, and this is how we're still trading SPY, folks. It is still market hours. We've got about 18 minutes left to go in the trading day, 18 minutes left to go in the trading day. So what that essentially means is we got about 8 minutes until we get to the 350 candle. And we really want to see what happens on the 350 candle today. But before we get going, folks, you guys know the deal. If you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is multiple times every weekend, sometimes on the weekend. Also, leave us a comment. We appreciate those. And share with your friends, neighborhood, and your trading communities, folks. Okay, so let's look at this. You can see, okay, let me back up a little bit. A lot of times when I look at pre-market, so this area right in here, this is pre-market. When I look at pre-market and see this kind of this craggly price action, that kind of makes me step back a little bit and kind of think to myself, and again, I don't want to bias myself by anything like this, but I'm looking at it, it's very, very disjointed. So when we have a disjointed pre-market and we don't really have a really big catalyst to speak of, what's the day going to be like? But again, we never know. So I didn't really trust anything. I didn't want to make a move first thing this morning. We opened up to decent volume. I think we had 566,000 shares. But of that 566,000, the first 10 seconds accounted for about 400,000. So it took the rest of the minute to accumulate the 566,000 shares. But at any rate, we had we had the double cross to the downside, and oh, what a lovely tea party it's been today, folks. I'm telling you that right now. But anyway, we had that double cross to the downside. Then this next candle, but again, folks, I didn't want to play too early in the day, and I was, quite frankly, I was looking for a major level to play off of today. So I did put some lines on my chart, and those are my lines. So what I was looking for is pre-market high, pre-market low, or we got these demand zones sitting down here low, and we've got a nice supply zone sitting way up here. Now, the question is, would I let it go all the way to one of those zones? Well, if I had a good crossover, probably not. But as you can see, this price action from today, it ran up, and again, if you're using the 920, you got a lot of fake outs. We had double crosses left and right and left and right and left and right. I mean, the price action, eventually it got to be, marginally okay, but, fairly decent, but we never knew when those plays were going to happen. And when we don't get really, really decent price action in the first 30 minutes or maybe even an hour, because at this point, this price action right here, this is an hour into the trading day without really picking a really, really decent direction. Now, if we look at the 5 minute, you can look at the 5 minute, and this is the entire day. This is the entire day of prints that we're looking at on the 5 minute, folks. And look at these, there are lots of tails on the bottom, lots of wicks on the top, not a whole lot of price action. As a matter of fact, I was in one trade today. I took one trade. Let me see, I think it was at 131. But you can see these crosses in here. Well, we had a nice little double cross to the downside in here, directly below pre-market. I mean, so there were some plays in here but for that first couple hours of the day, if there's nothing there, I'm not really interested in really playing it. But eventually, like I say, I did put on one trade in a little bit, or later on in the day. But I mean, there were some plays in here. You had to be really, really patient. But if you're, talking about taking plays off of major levels, there were very, very few. And then the pullbacks were really, really rough. Again, there were some decent plays in here. Where was my play? I think my play was at 1332, right in here, folks. So again, watch this play back to the downside. We never did take out that pre-market low. Took out pre-market high. We bounced around, came down a little bit, not a little bit, came down and touched this zone. Now, this zone, this 568.23, this was a 30-minute zone. So let's find that 23 right in here. This was a double top that we made on the 30-minute on Friday. So that's that. So it became that old resistance became new support. And again, we're still watching price action over here, folks. We got about 4 minutes until we get to the 350 candle. Okay, so 32 right in here, folks. So we got this. We kissed this 9 back to the upside. I took a position right in here, even though we were just barely below. I thought we had enough momentum to push us up, and we did. We pushed up. Again, I don't have a smiley face or a frowny face on this. We pushed up, and it would have been a really, really nice play until this play came along or this candle came along about 4 minutes later and just went hard against my position. And I closed out somewhere up in here. Wasn't really doing a whole lot, and it was okay. It was a decent little trade, not much to speak of because again, when you have pullbacks and theta, so it's theta is the time decay of money. When you have both those things working against you late in the day, your chances of doing really, really well, in other words, making a whole lot of money on a single play like that is not real great. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at right now, folks. I'm going to go right to that price action that we're looking at right now. Again, you can see this pre-market high sitting right here. Let's get rid of that so we can look at this right here. Okay, so, and this is for the group 2, folks. We are above the 20 right now. So if we can get a fresh cross, to the upside, let's look at this 5-minute and see what she looks like from a volume standpoint. So above 74 up here, folks, a good strong close above 74. Volume becomes thin again up through 70.32. So again, see if we can get a close up here. Now, if we look at it on the 30-minute standpoint, folks, you can see where all this volume has been laid down over, ever since when we made this the all-time high again on on Thursday over here, folks. And this is the volume. This is as high as it's ever been up here, folks. Now, am I saying we're going to punch an all-time high today? No, we're probably going to get stopped at 570.42 up here. So 570.42 if we push up. If we push up again, if we get a close above, let's say, even pre-market high, we have to get above about 569.87. Essentially where this wick is, I'll show you this wick. This wick right over here is about 87. We've got that little node right here at that 87 or so. If we can punch through that, it becomes thin volume up to about 570.45. So that could work. Again, if we get that fresh cross, and we got about 1 minute and 15 seconds, folks, until we get to 350. So here's how I'm looking at it, folks. I am looking at it. If we get a cross, I believe the cross is going to be obviously to the upside. And if you're going to play this again, you got about 1 minute. The best time to be in the 350 play, folks, is before we get to 350, and then take advantage of the momentum that we have leading up to 350. So if we can get a fresh cross right around 350, and again, we have to get a close. We have to get a candle close over this 569.73, 569.73. And again, we're going to look at that on the 5-minute. And again, if we get above 88, that's where we really, really start doing some good things. And again, folks, we've got about 30 seconds to go. You can see that right down here, folks, about 30 seconds to go. And again, if we get a nice strong cross, if it doesn't do anything, folks, again, watch for this resistance again, right here at this 33. So if you're going to take this, if you're playing it, now it's entirely possible that we go back to the downside. But if we're just looking at this from and again, this is a market on close. So we're going to know here in about 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 about right now. Let's see what we do on a candle. See, there we go. I mean, we got that close just above. Let's see what kind of volume is pouring in on this stick right here. Guys, it's low volume. It's not much. Again, this is 350, but the volume is not enough, in my opinion, to have anything sustained to play anything to the upside or the downside. If you're in this thing back to the upside, man, keep a really, really super, super tight stop on this. I mean, it may still push, but again, volume is not strong. We're talking about 55,000 on market on close, folks. There's just not a whole lot of action. There's just not a whole lot going on with price action today. Again, folks, and I'm not playing this. I'm just telling you that right now, I'm not going to play this, only because, number one, we don't need volume. We need volume, we need volatility, and we need range. And we don't have volume, we don't have volatility. We have none of the three things that are required for us to do very, very well, particularly late in the day. You have theta, which is the time decay of money. And, the closer you get to expiration, particularly on 0 DTEs, the more you're going to get smacked in the gizzard, folks, and we don't like to get smacked in the gizzard. So we've got one more potential play, folks, and that's at 355. So at 355, again, depending on your broker, you can either play this or not. Some brokers will allow you to take a position on 0 DTE. Some will not. Some will automatically close your position. But again, Oh, excuse me. But again, folks, that's how she played out today. Overall, folks, there were some setups. There were absolutely some setups, but there was a lot of just not good price action. I mean, even the start of the day. There were some nice plays. There were two or three really, really nice setups throughout the day. But overall, I would say it was just not good price action. And you know what? That happens. The last couple of days were not the best price action. Thursday, Friday, and today, not the best price action. Again, there were plays if you were very, very patient, or you just kind of you said, you know what, I'm going to take a position here, and you did very, very well on it. But anyway, that's how she played out today. Again, not the greatest day. Obviously, there are much, much better days. And again, we're watching this thing maybe push up to a little bit to the upside right over here, folks. So maybe just a little push to the upside, get a close above this level, above 73, a close above 73. Again, folks, 1550, see if we can play that 350 candle. But again, folks, thank you for spending a little bit of time with us today. We greatly appreciate it. And again, if you like our videos, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is multiple times a week and sometimes on the weekends. Now, if you are interested in live daily trading, so with the live daily trading, folks, we go over every single one of these plays. Okay, every single one of them. You know, whether we think it's a good trade or a good play or not, we're talking about these plays and what we're seeing on these particular plays: upside, downside, sideways chop, what have you, pullbacks, good price action, bad price action, however we see it, folks. That's what we're going to be calling out. So if you're interested in live daily trading, head on over to our trading Discord. It's called Trading Decoded. We are so confident that you're going to enjoy it. We're going to give you that first week for free. So check it out. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, hey, send me a note. Let me know what we could do better or how we could do better. Also, if you're interested in the 920 crossover strategy, like you see the 920 crossover, head on over to 920trading.com, folks. The entire strategy is there. You don't need to spend a whole bunch of money, thousands of dollars in a lot of cases, to get a strategy that, quite frankly, has been around for a long time. I put my own stamp on it, but nevertheless, the 920 strategy has been around for a long time. But again, folks, thank you for spending a little bit of your precious time with us. We greatly appreciate it. We realize that time is your most precious commodity. Once it's gone forever, folks. So I'm going to say it again. I hope you guys had a great rest of the day. But above all else, I hope everybody followed your trading plan today. So have a great rest of the day, folks. We're going to do it again tomorrow. But until then, we will see you in the markets.